We love things to be different colours in Minecraft, but sometimes it can take a little while to collect all the ingredients. Look, let's make these sheep a little bit of a different colour. That's brilliant. Let's turn them that. Look, he's gone that colour. He's gone that colour. Oh no, look, this one's gone that colour as well. This one's gone that colour. It's all colours, but we've got to collect the stuff, and it's really difficult to get the flowers in decent quantities, especially if you are not in a very good place for flowers. But don't worry, I am going to show you how to make an amazing flower farm. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance. And today, we're going to work out how we can get loads of ingredients for a lot of different colours. Dyes are actually an integral part of Minecraft. You can dye the sheep, look, that we got in the background. You can change the colour of your dog's collars. You can make different colour banners. You can do all sorts, carpets. It's really important to be able to get lots of colour. But lots of flowers is what you need. And it's actually quite difficult. I mean, look all around us. How many flowers do you see? There's not an awful lot of flowers. There's a few white ones up there. There's a few yellow ones. There's the odd red one. But there is not a lot. I am going to show you how to make a flower farm that is going to produce you lots and lots of flowers in a very short space of time. It is going to be brilliant. If you enjoy this video, please do remember what the drill is. It is hit that like button really, really hard all over its face. It is desperate to see you slap it about. It loves it. So make sure you don't disappoint it. It'll be great to see, let's see, 196 likes on this video. 196 likes is the target. Are you going to be one of those 196 people? I wonder. And also, if you haven't done it already, please do make sure you hit that subscribe button. It will be great to see you in my sub club. And hit the notifications bell to become a member of the notification squad too. And that way you won't ever miss a video. You can see how to do that on the screen right now. But that's enough of that. You want to know how to get all these flowers, don't you? I don't blame you. I'll get on with it now. You actually don't need a lot of different blocks in this particular build, but you do need quite a lot of the blocks that you're going to have. So you're going to need a few dispensers. They must be dispensers and not droppers. Some redstone repeaters, some redstone comparators, oak wood block, and also you're going to need some other bits of wood or whatever it is you want to make it look pretty with, but definitely one oak wood block, sticky piston, hoppers, chests, some grass blocks which you'll need to mine with silk touch in survival to make sure you pick up the grass block, glass, water buckets, and an absolute boatload of bone meal. You need loads, so make sure you've got a mob farm before you make this, otherwise this is going to take forever to be able to work. So before you start, make sure that you've got yourself a shape like this. It looks a little bit like a dyed sheep without any legs, but you've got on the body of the dyed sheep without any legs a rectangle that is 3 high and 11 blocks across. I've used that wall just to show the different types of blocks. It doesn't matter what you use. This is not raised, it is on ground level. Then on the right hand side here, you've got kind of an open middled square that I've got in blue there that is 4 by 4. And then you've got the sheep's ears sticking out the top in 2 blocks of green wall there. So definitely a legless sheep, and it's also the shape you need to get this going. What we're going to do is come over to this multicoloured dyed sheep with no legs' bum, and we're going to stick a dispenser right on the top of it. So that is a dispenser, not a dropper. Then count to the right, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Stick another one on there, and then 1, 2, 3 and 4. Stick another one on there, and you will see there that we have got the next block is the one that is parallel to this square, which is exactly what we're looking for. Then we're going to get ourselves a comparator. Now this comparator is going to detect anything that might be sitting in this dispenser, and will suck the power out of it and shoot it straight into this oak wood plank block. And then this repeater here is going to suck the signal out of the block, shove it straight into this redstone line, which is going to go all the way to the end here. And then we get another repeater and feed the signal back in to all 3 of these dispensers. So you can see those 3 dispensers will all be powered if there's anything in here which will shoot the power around and boom boom boom, and that's all lovely. But we need to create a clock, because what we don't want is just one squirt from these dispensers. We want them to do it a number of times, so we're going to be repeating that over and over using a clock. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to stick a comparator or a repeater, it doesn't actually matter, onto that bit there. Then get yourself redstone going all the way around like that. Then get a repeater there, then get a repeater there. Now note the way they're pointing, that's pointing in that direction, this is pointing in that direction, and then get yourself a redstone dust right there, and that will connect up the comparator there with the repeater there. Now get that on subtract mode, and that will allow it to create that 1 tick clock that we are desperately trying to achieve. Now what we need to do here is we need to create a way of turning this clock circuit on and off, because without this clock circuit being on and off, we're never going to be able to control it independently. We want to be able to turn this on when we want it on and off when we want it off. And the best way to do that is just to slap a block in here, but have control over that block. So we're going to stick a wooden block there, and in fact it's probably more sensible, come on Avo, do it right, to stick a piston there and a wooden block there. And what's going to happen is when that piston is activated, which we can do independently with a lever, that will push the block in there, which will complete the circuit. So when there's anything in that dispenser, that is going to have that clock ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking, and that will turn this thing on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off, which will dispense lots and lots from these dispensers upwards into the farm. And that's exactly what we want it to do. Now we need to get a way of replenishing these hoppers very easily. So let's stick a little bit of crouch on, and we're going to come out 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that hopper there should be level with that wooden block. And then to the middle one, do exactly the same, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then exactly the same 1, 2, 3 and 4. And on top of the last hopper, we want to come down and we want to place a chest facing in this direction, just like that. So that is our replenishment station, which is going to be around the back of this build. Then what we want to get is want to get our grass that we have managed to get using a silk touch pick. Now theoretically you only need 1 block of grass, but I'd recommend getting as much as you can. If you've got a silk touch pick or a silk touch spade, sorry, you ought to just use it to get all the stuff that you need. And we're going to go into crouch again, stick 1 on top of that there, and then we're going to come out 1 and 2, and then we've got to come across the other side and complete a row here that is 17 wide. So we've got 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just like that. You can see it looks a little bit wonky, but that does not matter. And then from this end here, counting this 1, we want to come down 10. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then all you need to do is complete that square, and I'll be back when I've done that. The next part, come to the middle of the side that is furthest away from the chest. So you're going to come along this side and you're going to count from either end 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And you should find, if you look above, that is the absolute middle of your block. And get rid of that block. You don't want that block. Absolutely not. And then we're going to really irritate you, and we are going to take a channel all the way along here, like that. And then underneath here we need to create a channel that is basically at the bottom. So we're going to get a block there, 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 all the way along. Miss that one, and then all the way along like that. So we've got a nice channel there. Then here we need to get ourselves another chest, except this time we're going to do a double chest there and there. And running into that chest, we're going to land down here, run into that chest, we're going to run another hopper. And this is going to be your collection system. Remember to go into crouch. That hopper runs straight into there, which is brilliant. Now, it's glass time. I'm using glass. You do not have to use glass. I just like to use glass because it looks nice. And here, it's a transparent block and you can still open the chest. If that was a solid block, you wouldn't be able to do that. And what we want to do is run a row of glass all the way around, all the way around this side up to there. Don't run it along the back. Come along this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, all the way along to there. And then around here, we're going to put a row of glass on top of these chests. So they're going to crouch, stick glass on top of the chest so you can still open that. That's great. And we're going to run that row of glass all the way along this way. And that gives us a really nice kind of outer edging. Then we've got to get a load more dispensers, and we're going to get them on top of the glass facing in this direction all the way along like that. And then next to it, get more glass and make another row of glass. Stop pressing the inventory. Another row of glass all the way along like that, and then exactly the same on this side, all the way along like that. So you should have a structure that looks very similar to that. And then get yourself a bucket of water. In fact, get yourself 2 buckets of water, and you want to put one of the buckets of water right at the end here, and another bucket of water right at the end there, and that will run along that beautifully. And you can see right in the middle we've got a collection point, which is exactly what we are trying to achieve. Let's very quickly circuit up this back bit, and all we're going to do, this bit is an absolute doddle, look. All we're going to do is we're going to stick a wooden block all the way along the back here. I'm using wood because the structure is going to end up being wood. If you're going to use a stone structure, then by all means make it stone. Make it whatever block it is you want to choose. Make it cyan wall if that's what you want to choose. I really don't mind, but you just need to have a conductive block. So here we go. We're going to stick a repeater into each of these. And then we're just going to get ourselves a redstone wire all the way along, which is going to enable us to shoot off all of these at exactly the same time as soon as the signal is set, which is brilliant. Then all we're going to do is we're going to put a bucket of water into each and every one of these, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back when I've finished. So now we need to give ourselves the proper control over this contraption, and we're going to do that dead easy with 2 separate circuits. One is going to make the stuff grow, and one is going to turn the water on and off. So we're going to come around here with 2 little bits of wood. We're going to stick a repeater into that. We're going to get a little bit of redstone onto that, and then we're going to come down in a step-in motion like that, very simply, and then we're going to run a row of wood. Again, it doesn't have to be wood, it can be whatever block you would want it to be, all the way around the front until you've got it there. And then there, stick 2 high blocks, and then on this side you're going to kind of do the same again, and we're going to run it all the way around like that, except this side we need to come out a little bit further, otherwise we're going to have some problems, because we need to circuit around that redstone circuit there. And then we need to come down along that way. Whoops, I think I've come one too far. I'm going to come there, there, and that's perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to release our redstone there, 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 there. We're going to leave a gap there and bring it round. Leave a gap there, bring it round all the way to the end there. So, and then with these gaps, we're going to stick some repeaters in. One there, no ticks at all. One there, no ticks at all. And actually here, we're going to change that for a repeater, because then what happens is when we activate this, so for example, if I just get rid of that and I stick a lever there and I activate that, that turns on that piston and turn it off exactly like that. There we go. So that is that circuit. And then we just have to connect up this one as well. Whoop, wrong way. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I just like to put repeaters fairly regularly. You don't have to do it this regularly. Don't want any ticks on that at all. Keep going along, 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 along. There. And that connects that up really beautifully. And what we've got here now is complete control. On this side, the side that's going to control the water, you want to put a button. On this side, the side that's going to control the power for the actual growing of stuffs, we want to put a lever. So you can see here, we're going to turn on that water is like that. It releases the water from the system. We press it again and it sucks the water back in and the system washes down really brilliantly. Again, if we turn on that, that's going to turn on this system all the way around because that piston is pushed in. And then when we fill up those hoppers, that is going to grow loads of stuff. So let's turn that off as well. So what we're now going to do is we've got to fill up those chests at the back so as it's fueled and ready to go. Now I did say at the top of this video you are going to need a whole load of bone meal. So what you need to do is get it into these 3 chests, split it as evenly. It doesn't matter if it's even or not, but you just want to put loads into each of them. That will, through the hopper system, slap a load of bone meal into those dispensers. So when we turn it on, which we will do when we pull that lever around there, it is going to whack a load of bone meal out of the dispensers. So I'm going to stick 6 piles of bone meal into each of these. There we go, and the last one. and you can keep those as topped up as you want. Seriously, you put in loads and loads of bone meal in this because you are going to want to create a load of flowers. So what we can see here, we've got an empty chest, and we can see we've got an empty field, and I think it's time to give it a test. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn on this lever, and that should squirt the bone meal, and really bizarrely it squirts it through the grass, which creates growth. So let's do that. And there we go, we can see it's starting to grow, and each one of those ticks is one bit of bone meal being shoved through that grass, and you can see it's growing all the way along. We're getting flowers pop up, and what we're also getting a lot of are seeds. You can see the little sparkly bits where the bone meal is coming through there, look, and you can let it tick for as long as you think it's worth it, and it will keep growing for a little while, and then it will kind of just get to maximum. So flick that off, that's great, and then come here with the button, hit that button. That shoots a load of water through. You can see it sweeps all of those bits and pieces all the way down. Once that's done, turn the button off. That lets all that water go away again. And then when we look, you can see through the window, there are all sorts of bits coming along that water channel. And in one splush, we have found, look, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. Poppies, dandelions, and also quite a few seeds. And you don't only get poppies and dandelions, but they are the ones you most commonly get for whatever reason. So let's do it just one more time. Up it goes. Look, we're getting loads of poppies and dandelions again. Very rarely you will get something else, but the yellows and the reds are really nice to get. So that will do for that. And then give it a splish. Out comes the water. Down it washes. You can see all those bits coming down. And again, it's a really, really good way of getting grass seed as well. Get rid of the water. That goes down like that very nicely. Thank you very much. And once we look through the window, where are they? You can see there they are coming through, going into that hopper, which is being fed into the chest. And look, it's adding up really beautifully. That is a really nice system. Now, all we really need to do is to make it look a little bit more pretty. Now, I might have gone a little bit mad making the structure around this one. I'm not entirely sure. It is still brilliantly functional though. So if we get that moving, that, see, that's getting you, where's the stuff? If you look through the windows, that's growing the flowers up very nicely, thank you very much. So if we then turn that off, it is still working because we can slush it through like that. The water's coming through, you can see that. Can turn the water off, and then we can just sit here and we can wait for that lovely flowerage to come looking through our little window. You can see it there, look, it's loving it. And there it is, it's just going up as well. So what else have I done? Well, if I come around this way, I've created a bit of a beast of a structure basically, and we're going to come around the back and we're going to see the access to the hoppers, which is dead easy. So we'll come in here and we'll stick, I don't know, we'll stick another 3 loads of bone meal in there. There we go. And another one as well. So that's got plenty of bone meal. You are going to chew through a lot of bone meal with this contraption, I warn you. And then coming through here, I've turned it into a little bit of a base. So it's a base of operations. You've got, you know, more storage if the storage you've got isn't enough, a crafting table and a furnace. And then upstairs, we've got somewhere to sleep. Then round here, you can see we've got access to our growing pit. So if we come around this way, we've got a suit of armour and our item frames with the bits and pieces in. We've got more storage. And then if you find you've got anything that didn't wash away, you can just jump, look. And now these little bits here didn't wash for whatever reason. You can collect them, and then you can come along and you can jump across and crack on like that. And come out and down as much as you would like. I think that actually as a base as well could be awesome. And there you go, one super duper flower farm that will produce you, I mean seriously, a lot of flowers and also grass seeds, which is kind of handy for all of your dyeing needs. It is a little bit of a monster. You do not have to build that structure. I deliberately didn't do that block for block because that is a little bit scary and I went mental. You can do what you want, and actually I'd be really interested to see what it is you do. That orangey orangutan is holding my Twitter. Use that Twitter, go on there, follow me whilst you're there, and make sure you send me a picture of what you do with this flower farm. I will be absolutely over the moon to see what you've done. Do not forget to like this video. This took a while and I did it for you, so it would be really good to know that you have enjoyed this video. It'd be awesome to know that we've hit the target that we set at the beginning of the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It'll be great to see you in my sub club and notification squad, and we will see you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.